Hey guys, it is Thursday in Mexico City. It's just before noon here. I haven't written anything yet today. I haven't edited anything yet today. I had to go to the doctor for my checkup this morning. So I've just been enjoying a lazy morning. I've had a pretty intense week of teaching English. I just wanted to talk today about creativity and fear. So creativity and fear. So I had a busy weekend on Saturday and Sunday teaching English because a lot of my clients, that's when they can do it. And by Monday, I was feeling dead, so dead, like exhausted, like my throat hurt. I had a bit of a fever. I had a headache. Actually, I had a migraine on Tuesday. That was awesome. And, you know, I really, at this point, I know what that's all about. You know, when my body is too stressed, I have too much adrenaline running through my system, you know, a lot of the time I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. You know, my body knows to make me a little bit sick, to try to slow me down and to get me back to kind of normal. So this week I've been kind of grappling with that feeling. I'm still not quite better, and trying to figure out how to do this writing and not make myself ill. You know, I think a lot of it comes down to is that I've been really stressed the past couple of weeks. You know, the project with my 3-part series is ramping up. You know, I finished the first book. I got back reader feedback. You know, I have to submit it to the copy editor before the end of the month. I got the covers back. You guys might have seen on Facebook. I posted the cover drafts. So there's a lot happening. And, you know, I think I said in one of my previous videos, like, I'm not curing cancer here. Like, like why should I worry, right? But, you know, there's a very real and justifiable reason for being worried, and I'm sure a lot of you can sympathize with that. You know, when we finally kind of pull up our bootstraps and do something we've always wanted to do, there's a lot of fear that goes along with that. So I think we all know it's very easy to have a dream and then never do it, because it's easier to say, well, if I wanted to, I could do it, right? So you never have to put yourself to the test. But when you do put yourself to the test, there's enormous fear that you can't do it, and if you can't do the thing that you most want to be able to do, you most want in life, like how great would that disappointment be? You failed at the only thing you want. What could be worse, right? So no wonder I'm freaking out. You know, I've always wanted to write my own books. I've always wanted to publish them under my own name. I've always wanted to make a living from being a writer. You know, if I can't do this, like, might as well kill myself. It's okay, guys. Don't go on the suicide watch. I'm fine. But I'm just trying to explain to you the level I've invested in, the amount of energy I've invested into this project. You know, it's not just about doing something fun and different and seeing if I can make some bucks. You know, this is something I've always wanted to do. And as I told you in a previous video, I have done ghostwriting before, but that's really not the same. You know, it's contract work, it's under somebody else's name, it's kind of risk-free, it's just a job. This is something on a totally different scale. So I've been trying to kind of fish around in the internets for various creative inspiration, you know, back patting from various people. I think what I found helpful partially was, I'm going to include a link to it in the section below in YouTube, a little audio clip by Ira Glass, the host of This American Life, where he talks about the gap between your ability and your ambition. So if you're somebody who's starting out and you have really good taste in the area you want to be an artist in, for example, you are an avid reader, you know what great literature is, and you decide, okay, I want to produce that. The problem is that, you know, like with the whole Malcolm Gladwellian, like 10,000 hour theory, you know, it's going to take a long time before you reach the level that you want to write at. So in the meantime, you're going to be writing some kind of unsatisfying crap. And a lot of frustration comes from that, and a lot of people quit at that point. So definitely watch that video if you're experiencing some frustration with your ability level or what have you. It'll kind of remind you that this is just part of the process, and you hang in there, things are just going to get better. I've also lately been watching, or not watching, I've been listening to the Tim Ferriss podcast. I've really gotten to podcasts lately. You know, if I'm out anywhere in the subway or walking, you know, I'm listening to a podcast now. And the Tim Ferriss podcast is great. You guys might remember him from the 4-Hour Workweek. And I know you're thinking, okay, that was so like such a gimmick. But this guy, he's genuine. You know, he has a podcast and he talks to really interesting people. People who vary from like Tony Robbins to, I just listened to one by Maria Popova. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sorry. From brainpickings.org, the website where she curates some of her her favorite reading material and her commentary. And she did a great interview about authenticity and producing content that, you know, not really for anybody else, but who she wants to see. So if she doesn't want to see ads on the site, she doesn't put ads on the site. You know, if she wants a certain format, like that's how she does it. The kind of content she wants, not what her readers want. And I think that's very helpful for writing because it helps you to kind of get back from the kind of the fray and be like, okay, what's popular? What do people want to read? What's in the Amazon top 100? You know, what kind of cover should I have? You get away from that and you come back to that place inside you that's like, okay, when I was young, I really loved this kind of book. This is the book that really kind of takes me out of my head and really engages me and, you know, improves my life, stimulates my imagination or my creativity or my intellect. Takes you back to what it's really all about, not about the marketing hoopla. So I found that interesting. I've also been reading Write, Publish, Repeat, which is by the guys who produce the self-publishing podcast. And they also talk about writing for your ideal reader. So not for yourself so much, although you could be your ideal reader, but picturing that person who you're writing for. They could be real or fictional. And, you know, when I think about that, I think about right now who I'm writing for is probably somebody kind of like myself, you know, somebody who's maybe a little older, somebody who wants a story that really entertains, strong fantasy element, romance, but just a lot of genuine emotion, something that isn't quite like the sticky bodies, testosterone, estrogen fueled romps that are kind of making the top Amazon lists right now. Something that's a little more delicate and sweet and fantastical and childlike, but also with a grown-up element of romance and grown-up thoughts and theories. So, you know, that's somebody who appreciates all of that, somebody maybe who's a little bored in their life and they want something really imaginative to read. Somebody who maybe feels like they aren't getting, you know, kind of the emotional care in their life that they would like. And, you know, they turn this book, this world where people do get that, or if they don't, you know, they're honest enough to say they don't, and they want to reach out for it. You know, just a comfortable space that they can be in and kind of explore their unmet desires. I don't know, am I writing for the lonely housewife? Not a lonely housewife. But maybe that's kind of it, you know? I don't know. I don't know really who that person is, but that's the very vague idea I have in my mind of who I'm writing for. Anyway, that's really what I wanted to say today. You know, the writing and editing is going better, but I still feel myself pushing myself and creating too much stress while I'm doing it. The process isn't really flowing right now. I'm really having to force myself. That doesn't feel great. So, you know, I'm hoping to just ingest more material like these podcasts and books, and hopefully they will help me get back to a place where it does feel more fluid and more natural and not something I'm just kind of kicking myself in the butt to do. Although, you know, there's always that element, right, when you're trying to finish any projects. So, yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I hope this inspired you. Please leave me some comments if you would like, or if you have any questions, please email me. I'm always open to hearing your ideas and your questions, what have you. Okay, have a great day. Have a great week. I'll see you soon. Bye.